He showed them what truth looked like when it didn't ask for permission. He didn't soften his voice to comfort cowards. He carried pain like a crown, rage like a torch, and every time they tried to bury him, he grew sharper.
I am the silence that follows the storm, the echo of a dying scream, the shadow that lingers long after the light has faded. I am the last breath of my enemies, the final gasp of air they will ever take. I am the culmination of every betrayal, every lie, every ounce of pain they thought they could bury me under. I am the reckoning they never saw coming, the embodiment of their worst nightmares. I am the end of their story and the beginning of my own. I was not born this way. I was forged in the fires of their hatred, tempered by the cold steel of their indifference. They thought they could break me, bend me to their will, make me kneel before their false gods. But they were wrong. Every blow they struck, every word they spat, every ounce of venom they poured into my veins only made me stronger. I am the phoenix that rose from the ashes of their destruction, the wolf that emerged from the shadows of their deceit. I am the living proof that you cannot kill what you cannot conquer. I have no heart, not in the way they understand it. My heart was ripped from my chest, torn apart by their cruelty, and left to bleed out on the cold, hard ground. But I did not die. Instead, I rebuilt myself, piece by piece from the fragments they left behind. My heart is now a fortress, impenetrable and unyielding. It beats not with the rhythm of love or compassion, but with the steady, unrelenting pulse of vengeance. I am no longer bound by the chains of empathy or mercy. I am free, and that freedom is my greatest weapon. They thought they could defeat me, but they underestimated the power of a soul. I have stared into the abyss, and the abyss stared back. But instead of being consumed by the darkness, I embraced it. I became the darkness. I am the void that swallows their light, the black hole that devours their hope. I am the nightmare that haunts their dreams, the specter that lingers in the corners of their minds. I am the last thing they will see before the lights go out forever. I'd rather be hated than forgotten. I don't seek love. I don't crave approval. I don't beg for acceptance. Those things are fragile, temporary, fleeting. People love what is convenient. They cherish what is easy. They hold on to what does not challenge them. But I was not born to be easy. I was not meant to be convenient. I do not exist to fit into their delicate expectations. I know what it means to be cast aside. I know what it means to be ignored, to be erased, to be nothing more than a whisper in the wind. They turn their backs because my presence unsettles them. They look away because my existence is too much for them to comprehend. I am too loud, too intense, too much. But I refuse to be silent. I do not care if my name is spoken in admiration or spat in disgust, as long as it is spoken. I do not care if they cheer or they curse, as long as they remember. The worst thing in this world is not to be hated. The worst thing is to be forgotten, to be nothing, to fade away like mist in the morning sun. No history, no legacy, no mark left behind. I refuse to let that be my fate. Hate me, despise me, curse my name. I welcome it. It fuels me. It sharpens my edge. I was never meant to be soft. I was never meant to be palatable. The world does not shape me. I shape the world. I carve my name into the stone of existence. I do not wait for permission. I do not beg for recognition. I take it. I rip it from the hands of those who would deny me. I have seen what happens to those who live to please. They shrink themselves. They silence their voices. They bend. They break. They dissolve into nothing. They disappear, hoping for acceptance, but finding only emptiness. I will never be one of them. I will never be a shadow. I will never be a ghost. I am back, and I did not return empty-handed. I did not crawl out of the abyss to beg for forgiveness or ask for redemption. I did not survive the fire just to be doused in mediocrity. Number, I walked through the flames and came back crowned in vengeance, forged in suffering, built from the very destruction meant to erase me. They thought I was finished, that I had fallen too far, been broken beyond repair. They whispered that I had been defeated, that my reign was over, that I was nothing but a ghost of what I used to be. But ghosts do not rise. Ghosts do not return. Ghosts do not burn with the fury of 1,000 lifetimes. I did. I was dragged into darkness, stripped of everything I once was, left to rot in the pit they built for me. They wanted me to wither, to disappear into oblivion, to become just another forgotten name in the wind. But I did not kneel. I did not surrender. I did not let them bury me, because I am not meant to be buried. I am meant to conquer. I am meant to rule. And now I am back, and I did not come alone. I brought the storm, the fire, the wrath they tried so hard to extinguish. I brought the nightmares that haunt them, the shadows that whisper my name in fear. I brought the hell they thought they had escaped, because hell was never beneath them. Hell was always within me. I do not seek revenge, nor do I seek their approval. I seek only my own power, my own destiny. I walk a path now that they can no longer follow. I walk a path paved with lessons learned in pain and forged in resilience. I trusted them. That was my mistake. But mistakes are meant to be learned from. And learn, I did. I learned that trust is a currency too easily spent and too rarely earned. I learned that loyalty is a weapon that can be turned against you in an instant. I learned that love, the kind of love I once believed in, is nothing more than an illusion. I do not need their validation. I do not need their approval. The only approval I need is my own. The only validation that matters is the one I give myself. I am my own savior now. My own strength. My own force. They can watch from the sidelines as I rise. They can whisper their regrets in the dark, but I will not hear them. I have no room left for regrets. No room left for the weight of their words. I trusted them. That was my mistake. And now I am free. They think they have won. They think they have left me broken, left me empty. But they do not understand. They never understood. The fire inside me cannot be extinguished. The darkness they cast me into only made me stronger, more determined. They thought they could silence me, but I am louder than ever. They thought they could erase me, but I have written myself into eternity. I walk alone now, but I do not walk in sorrow. I walk in power. I walk in certainty. I walk in the knowledge that I am untouchable. They will never have me again. They will never break me again. I trusted them. That was my mistake. But I'm not the same person who made that mistake. I am something else now, something greater, and I will never be deceived again. I see the world for what it truly is now. There are no heroes. There are no saviors. There is only strength and weakness. There is only those who take and those who are taken from, and I refuse to be a victim any longer. I refuse to be a casualty of someone else's cruelty. I trusted them. That was my mistake. But I have learned, and learning is power. Pain is power. Every scar, every wound, every betrayal, it fuels me, it sharpens me. It has turned me into something they cannot control, something they cannot break. They will regret underestimating me. They will regret thinking I was disposable. Because now I am the storm. I am the reckoning. And when they look into my eyes, they will see the consequences of their actions staring back at them. I will never be fooled again. I will never be used again. I will never let my guard down again. The past is gone. The old me is gone. And in its place stands something else entirely. I trusted them. That was my mistake. How easily deceived. They spoke with such conviction, such certainty, made me question everything I ever knew, everything I ever was. But I rebuilt myself, piece by piece, brick by brick, stronger, sharper, colder. I became something far beyond human, something like a monster itself. Every scream, every betrayal, every shard of trust shattered beneath careless feet. It all fed the forge that reshaped me. And now, here I stand, unrecognizable, even to myself. I remember the beginning, though it feels like a dream now. Soft hands, a beating heart, a voice unbroken by rage. That was once me, but those hands couldn't hold the weight of the world. That heart was too fragile, too willing to bleed for others. And that voice could not cut through the noise, could not rise above the chaos. I was human then. I was weak. Weakness has no place in this world, not in mine. Weakness is devoured, consumed by the endless jaws of those who see it and smell it and crave it like blood in the water. I was devoured once. I let myself be torn apart, piece by piece. And when there was nothing left, when the world should have looked at me and turned away in pity, I found something waiting. Beneath the ashes of who I had been, there was something else, something raw, something endless. It wasn't rage, though it carried the taste of fire. It wasn't grief, though it was born of 1,000 deaths. It was a void, deep and black and alive, pulsing with a rhythm I had never known. It spoke to me without words, told me to rise when I wanted to stay buried, told me to take what I had never dared to take before. I listened.